topics. Okay, I have prepared a PowerPoint for you. Okay, 6 topics: the energy use, thermal comfort, natural ventilation, noise pollution, water pollution, indoor environmental quality assessment, and I will try to have the revision tips that you need to focus on. Okay, for the energy use driver, okay, you've mentioned, you have noticed that the lighting, office equipment, and also the air conditioning have been mentioned. Okay, in the slide that you have, I do not go through the slide. Just let you know that as the technology shifts to regulatory drivers, okay, there are some connections, okay, and besides, okay, for energy use, we have thermal comfort. The thermal comfort, some say models suggest occupants are active, not passive, okay, and there are different categories. Okay, as you still remember in the slide, there are some, cooler response and warmer response, and there are some examples on that. Okay. These are just brief examples. If you are asked, you may try to write down more and explanation, etc. Okay, to get higher marks. Natural ventilation, you have learned stat effect, so the location of neutral planes, and also the calculation. Remember, we use Kelvin instead of Celsius in the formulas. Just in case calculation is required, the corresponding equations will be given, and formulas will be given, and you need to know how to apply it and how to use it. And you may also try to consider the effective flow area, whether in parallel or series. Okay, need to pay attention. Okay. In one of the multiple choice questions, we also mentioned about the height and also the temperature difference between inside and outside of the building for the stack effects to be affected. Noise pollution and control. So we have different action levels mentioned by the Labour Department. Well, there may be exceeding or within a certain dBA for the action levels. You may also note that the 8-hour time-weighted average, okay, have the equations in the slide, okay. You may have the control, okay, engineering control or other vibration isolation or acoustic enclosure to act as the source mitigation. Okay, so difference between engineering control, administrative control, or PPE, personal protective equipment, have to be differentiated. Okay. For water use, okay, we have the demand management and supply management. Okay, so we may need to know the difference and try to consider how the say seawater flushing, or try to have the leakage control. For supply management, we have the desalination and reclamation, okay, on the grey water reuse, etc. Okay. Now, indoor environmental quality (IEQ) assessment. Okay, topology, priorities. We've mentioned about the studies in the classroom and also office. So for classroom, as you know, you need to learn, and the learning performance have been dropped, okay, due to the oral factor, okay, oral engineering, because if some noise or some disturbance with hearing, okay, you need to minimize that, and also try to use different ways to make sure that oral engineering is considered. Now the final tips, okay, well, show all the steps for calculation. You better not just write the final answer. Otherwise, if in case it is wrong, I cannot give you marks. No steps that I can follow. So try your best to write down the steps. In fact, it's just put all your thoughts in the paper that let you know that you have the right and logical thinking. Use engineering terms, okay? For example, the clothes, or try to use more technical term or engineering terms, clothes value, okay? Shivering, or you have the thermogenesis shivering being described, okay? That will also, well, close or shivering are not incorrect, but if you can have more technical terms or engineering terms, it will help to rate a bit or differentiate a bit whether you have, well, as final year engineering students, I think you are able to do that. Think holistically. Remember how saving energy in lighting directly helps the AC cooling load, etc. Okay, so try to extract some logical or engineering thinking. Okay, so this is what I have for the revision and the